Hey everyone, Somber here. Welcome back to another in my series of all Warhammer Nations multiplayer game for Dominions 5. I can never get through that sentence without pausing. And it is turn number 40. So let's see what we have waiting for us. Research and enchantment is completed. We are now up to enchantment level 6, which gets us relief, which is nice. Potentially rigor mortis we could do. That's we can get up there and do that because you can cast that with a death 3. He just needs oh no, sorry, you do need a death 4, but we can get a death 4. We can get rigor mortis via streams of Hades. It gets us a few water things. Hidden in snow we're never going to use. Hidden in sand is very hard for us to cast, but is doable. Hidden underneath it, same thing. Um, some of these other spells, like Eternal Pyre, if I could get my Pretender God fixed, we could potentially do Eternal Fire or Heat from Hell. Heat from Hell, certainly we could do in some battles. Even now, we can get up to Fire 3 is all you need to do Heat from Hell, which is potentially quite useful for doing a fatigue play. But really, we want to get up to level 7 where we get Awakened Tree Lord, Gift of Health. That's kind of what we were aiming for. So, Courtsmen, reviving some kings who are going to pick up our Courtsmen and do various things with them. It would be nice to have them at the Dark Elf capital in case we want to storm it and do a Foul Vapors. We could just have those Corpsemen get in the way. We've got 2 magic sites found in Dathan. Let's quickly go and look at that. We've got a battlefield for 1 extra death gem per turn, an ancient temple for 1 astral. I have noticed the places I have conquered have very few sites, which basically means that I should be getting in here and all this kind of Slaanesh territory and site searching all of this. Because, I mean, I have site searched quite a lot of it and have not found very much. It's quite strange, actually. Anyway, our death gem income is bad, so finding death sites is fantastic. I always want to do that. We get some more blood slaves, quite a lot this turn. And we see some battles. We've got Athel Lauren fighting Kislev in Polymania. So this is the big, powerful Wood Elf army we saw before, now with some stolen bears and some stolen horned serpents. Very cheeky. This is Orion's Hounds, the Hounds of Kurnos. And Kislev's Drazidic has taken the interesting tactic of standing backwards on his horse and firing, maybe because he's about to run away. But yeah, that's some Kislev province defense getting wrecked up. Relothia, we attacked Nagarond. This is their fort. They put up 1 point of province defense, so that is irrelevant. That's just so they can see what we've got coming, and we now have them trapped in their fort. And I guess we could just try and Dominion kill them. Storming their fort's going to be horrible because they've got tons of hardcore mages and their god in there, but we could potentially do either. With mass flight, we could definitely storm it, just chuck loads of orcs over there and kill all their mages. So maybe we'll try and get mass flight up in Relothia. Anyway, the woodlands, we attack Tomb Kings. This is with one of our thugs, Meckwart. He's the thug with a whip. And he is up against some province defense. Somewhat tough province defense. It's still probably just like 6 points or whatever, but 2 Jade Maidens. And I think we screwed up his script a bit. So he's got Strength of Gaia, and I think the problem there, we should have just done Personal Regeneration, is he's pretty fatigued at this point. And if we watch this, he gets up Fire Shield, which is important, because even if he's fatigued out, he can kill stuff. And he gets Temper Flesh off. So we've now got High Protection, Eye Shield, Temper Flesh, and Regeneration. So we should be fine, but we have fatigued ourselves out to the point where we are taking nasty hits, which we shouldn't be. So I think I need to change his script a bit, and I'm going to change it to just Personal Regeneration, basically. The Fire Shield's not great against these because they have spears, but he is going to lash out with a Thunder Whip and occasionally kill one, and it should be enough to take them out. You know, the fire will burn them too. He cast Flight on himself, which was the other thing he had scripted, but it don't do the trick. What was that bolt of shock he just did there? Was that caused by... Did he cast Charged Body on himself? What was that? Let me have a look. Maybe that was... Oh, that's the Chain Lightning from the whip. I forgot it has Chain Lightning. That's right. Okay, so that was just the Thunder Whip. And then Dawnland. This is War Grimdreg, and we're just fighting Province Defense again. So the Tomb Kings aren't really fighting us, but that's fine. We're just rampaging around in their lands. It's kind of a punitive action for daring to attack us, and we're getting some income by doing it and taking some income away from them, which is usually good. So you see a battle in Nagarond. This is Khorne storming the fort. The big Khorne army is arranged, and they have nothing in there. We already knew that because they had pinged it last turn. So let's just skip that. They fight the walled defenders, and they lose some things. They lose a Fiend of Darkness and some rubbish. Yeah, old age is increasingly affecting our Garnet Amazons and our Golden Order Adepts. That's a bit annoying, but other people are probably suffering more from that than we are. New Spring, Slave Market has opened. I believe that just gives us one. Oh, it gives us 3 blood slaves per turn, increases unrest by 2. So, okay, that's fine. I guess they opened it because they heard that Grom wanted a midnight snack as he was rolling through. Wood of Many Paths, Fire Gems and Astral Pearls. Osens, Nature Gems 6. So, a nice turn for getting gem income. Found some sneakies. Some of our sneakies were found. We constructed a fortress in Florence. So, that was just upgrading that to a proper fortress. Second Forest Fortification is unharmed. That's a Tomb King one. We have started to destroy the fort in Rolophia. That's good, and we will be sending more stuff. Garnet Sorceress died from a disease. I think she had a blood dowsing rod, but that's okay. It doesn't matter that much. So what are we doing this turn, and what is our plan generally? So this turn we are doing some more forging, of course. We're doing frost brands and things. If we look at the stuff that we've got forged, we've got a bit of armor. We don't have a huge amount of armor. We've got nice boosters and things, obviously. We've got a good shield. So we want a good weapon to go with the shield. We want some more armor and stuff. More rings of regen would be nice to have. We've got a bottle of living water that someone can have. But of course, our main thing we're using as thugs is stuff like Morzog. Morzog is a good example of something that's going to be thugged out. So we could give Morzog Fireplate. It would be better if he had one of the Earth and Nature forgeables. We're forging a Vine Shield with Crusher, but I think we should actually be forging the Kithronic Lion Pelt. I think that would probably make more sense as a thing for him to have, because we don't want it. Or we could just make him a helmet and give him the Fireplate. If we made him a helmet, we could make him a Horned Helm. We've got tons of nature income. Horned Helms are a sensible thing for us to be forging generally, I think. Yeah, let's maybe do Grishnik. You can just forge as a Horned Helm. We're getting a Vine Shield because it's useful generally, so we can have that. We've got a Frostbrand. So next turn, Morzog can have a Frostbrand, Scutata Volturnus, Horned Helm, Fireplate, so have good elemental resistances, and he can go off and do some stuff. There's good paths for buffing himself up. Roderick is one of our Foul Vapors casters. Durga is. We've got some great Foul Vapors casters that can move quite far, and I maybe want to have one of those ready to start cracking on with stuff. So I'm going to take Roderick and I'm going to send him out, and he's going to do some site searching while he's out there. Somewhere relatively safe, so we'll just send him down here. I could give him some gems because he would need them to cast Foul Vapors, Howl, and things like that. So I'll just give him some gems. But we'll have scouts there who can give him more gems too. But he will just have some for now. And I think that we may want to move some corpse constructs. So we are taking some and moving them over here because we actually need some more patrolling here because the unrest got way out of hand from this blood hunting. So I'm moving my blood hunting around to avoid this unrest going crazy, but we need to patrol that down at the moment. I think it had an event there or something that was causing some unrest as well. In the Dark Elf capital, at the moment, while we're sieging, my plan is kind of just throw a bunch of breach on there and see how low their Dominion gets, because while they have had a lot of Dominion recently, and I thought, oh, I probably won't be able to dom kill them, if we look around, there's actually not that much. There's a point here, but we're preaching. There are 3 points there and 2 points there, but we are moving a bunch of our priests in, and we'll be able to preach some of that away fairly easily. We could even move Grotslash down there too. What's he got that he's using currently? He's got one bodyguard. We can just toss that out. So let's put Grotslash down there as well. So we've just got tons of them, and we'll just preach these away. Like it's quite a sneaky good tactic. It's a bit goblin-y, but oh well. This stuff is not the Dominion, though. I thought this was the Dominion of the Dark Elves, but it isn't. This is the Dominion of the Tomb Kings, who've pushed their Dominion quite a lot. So if we knock out the Dominion here with our preaching, and over here we preach them down in their fort, they'll just die a Dominion death, and I won't have to fight them, which is always very funny to do. And often people don't realise that I'm doing it. They might be more wary of it now that I've already done it to Slaanesh, but I think that's just going to be my plan again for the moment. I'm going to kind of pin them in and get rid of them that way. The Dark Elves are not a priority for me. The fact that I gave up Nagaron to Khorne was a bit of a misplay on my part, but at least it kind of got us peace with Khorne. I have heard, speaking of the wider diplomacy in this game, that the Tomb Kings have attacked the Dwarfs. I I guess that was here. They're going after this throne. Maybe the Tomb Kings are making a throne play. If we look at the thrones that they have grabbed, did they lose one recently? Well, that's very interesting. Who did they lose a throne to? Maybe the dwarfs took a throne off them and they're fighting back? I don't know. I didn't actually take a throne off them because I didn't claim it. I just kind of put some of their stuff under siege. Yeah, I'm not sure where they would have lost a throne, but maybe the ogres or Khorne attack down here. I'm really not sure. We could use some scouts over there, really, couldn't we? That would be useful. I'm going to send the scouts that are just sitting around waiting. I'm going to send them over in this direction and see if we can get a better look at what's going on. Now over here, I have decided to move Grimdrigg's forces back to here. I'm expecting them to just nip back and try and take this province back, Carine. So I'm just going to move here. I'm just anticipating maybe managing to catch these armies consolidating up here. So I'm going to try and do that. We're obviously hitting them in their cap circle, which is always very threatening thing to do to somebody. And I'll be moving and hitting these provinces on the coast because I don't think there'll be much resistance there. I'm just doing that with my thugs and just doing some general raiding, throwing them off balance. It's always a good idea. Anyway, back home, I'm worried about the dwarfs attacking me and kind of going for thrones. So I'm going to move. I've got more slag over here, but he's not actually a great caster against the dwarfs. I'm moving over Smash Tooth, who can do foul vapors, and I might move some more stuff over here as well. I certainly want to make sure I've got enough troops here to defend this. So yeah, I'm going to keep getting the War Boys. I don't have enough recruitment points to get anyone else. That's a bit of a shame, but such is life. Maybe I will move these research mages in. I'd lose a bit of research by doing that, but I would have them in the fort able to help with various things, and they wouldn't be vulnerable kind of out here, which they are at the moment. So yeah, maybe we'll just take these research mages. Oh, they can't make it in one turn. What a pain. Okay. Dregbiter can definitely go in there. These idiots. Can Bortuk make it as well? No, he can't. That does not have a lab. That has a lab. Okay. These can just stay where they are, honestly. It's fine. Just stay where you are and keep researching. I have to remember they're there because I need to give them lightless lanterns and things. I have to remember there's a bunch of extra researchers there. Yeah, not much else going on really. My plan is get rid of Nagorond and kind of assess, keep raiding the Tomb Kings. I've got a lot of forces tied up in various places, but I do have a bunch that can move. I've been patrolling and getting rid of unrest. I've managed to get rid of the unrest here, and then we're going to move and reinforce this fort over here, Florian. And I think we're not getting anyone in Florian currently, so let's get a Goblin Shaman every turn. Let's get that set up. And yeah, pump out some people there. Having more temples up is nice. Having more site searching over here is nice, but at the moment I'm just going to try and knock out this Dominion, I think. Do the same thing I did against Slaanesh. So I think that's enough for this turn, and I will see you next turn. Welcome back. It's turn number 41. We are the Bone Nose Tribe. We have successfully empowered one of our mages in Astral. I think I forgot to mention this last turn, but we have an Astral 3 who had the Crystal Coin and the Starshine Skullcap, so he was up to Astral 5, and we've empowered him again, so he's up to Astral 6 in total now, 4 base. And that is enough to cast various useful things, and I knew that I would be using that. But more importantly, it is enough astral to forge the Ring of Sorcery, which is then a universal nature, death, and astral booster. And having a universal death and nature booster is super useful to us to get up high enough in those things. Oh, and astral as well, of course. So we can then get up to from astral 6 up to astral 7 and so on. There's a lot of stuff we can do with it. It's good, and we've got the forging discount, of course, so we'll be doing that this turn. More blood slaves, more corpse men, and a couple of battles. We're attacking Ogden Mercs. This is one of our thugs. It's just province defense. This is a straightforward one, but I will play it anyway. So this is Iron Skin, personal regeneration, fire shield, and then maybe temper flash, yeah, for physical resistance, and then flight, and he's going to attack at the rear as well. So this will be very easy because of that. So he should just land down. There he goes at the back, and he'll just try and snipe the commander, which he does very easily with his electric whip. So that's that sorted, and Blue Moss Forest is also a thug. Very similar script, this time with Mist Form because he's an Air 2. And he's got slightly better equipment than the other one. So he's Mist Form, Plus Regeneration, probably Iron Skin, Fire Shield, Blessing. Oh, he's not doing Iron Skin. Why is he not doing Iron Skin? Because he doesn't have any Earth. Yeah, so he is relying more on defense and Mist Form. He can't cast Moss Body on himself either, but Mist Form and Personal Regeneration and Fire Shield is already pretty strong. And then he casts Flight on himself, and he can also command a snipe then. He's got a Frostbrand, and he's got Ore because he put a Blessing on himself, which is very good against Prophet's Defense, of course. And he's got a Vine Shield, so this is a straightforward one for him too. I like using these thugs. They pose a question to the opponent of how they're going to deal with them. These ones aren't stealthy and not particularly mobile, but they're good enough. They're able to take stuff, and they're sort of low commitment. I could just be using small groups of troops, I guess, but I don't really have the those set up to be doing that. Anyway, unexpected events. Glade Woods, we get one. Okay, they drank the wrong potion and got wounded. So that's fine. Forest of the Lost, Province Income +10. This is not much happening this turn, is there? And then yeah, that's all for events. And we've broken into the second forest, and we've broken in. Oh, so we haven't broken into the second forest. We have broken into Rolothia, which is Rolothia, home of the Dark Elves, or all they've got left now, not really their home. And we lost one of our adepts to the Golden Order. That sucks. So this turn, I was considering breaking into Rolothia. I do have a kind of storming squad that I'd set up, and I'd got Foul Vapors. I was going to do Foul Vapors, Poison Ward, Howl, and just try and kill all their mages with that, and maybe get a rout. But I have decided that I'm just going to chill for another turn and not do that. So Yelloweye, who was casting Foul Vapors, what I'm going to do is just take away the gems from him, so he can't cast Foul Vapors, because that would be a bad thing for him to cast. And we're going to leave them with their script. The reason I'm not going to do it this turn is because we are actually quite close to Dominion killing them. We've got the same kind of Dominion we were looking at before. We've only got 1 point over there. We've got 1 point here, and then we've got 3 points here. But we've got our preachers have come in, so this one's going to be gone. This one maybe will be gone. These will be going down, and then we've got a lot preaching on the capital. So basically, they don't have that much Dominion that we've got to chew through. So I may just go for the Dominion kill instead. It's cheaper. It's not quite as quick, but it would be cool to pull that off twice as well. Very, very nice. So what are we doing elsewhere? We are continuing to attack the Tomb King. So our main force, we moved back there predicting that they might attack back into this fairly wealthy province. They did not. And so we are going to move here. We're going to kind of try and be a bit unpredictable. Going into a wasteland like that, is not the most sensible thing to do. Now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we do have 122 supply usage. I don't want to be starving with any of these troops, so maybe attacking this wasteland is not a terribly smart thing to do. So I think instead of that, I am in fact going to go back and land on this fortress. Can I get anyone else over there, since we're not storming that fort right now? If I could do a one-turn pop on their fortress, that would be super useful. I could move Gutstabber, who's got these forces. Are you available, Gutstabber? Can you bring your forces to bear? How far is it? 20 map move away? It's not looking very likely, is it? If we take these bodyguards, and we move these troops off them, Gutstabber could bring us some cavalry over. Grom is available, but I want to keep him with everyone else. I think what I'll do is move all these cavalry forces here with Gutstabber. How can you not make it? Map move 17. Okay, what's the slow cavalry here? I should have checked before I started trying to do things, but I'm guessing, yeah, it's these guys. Alright, that's fine. There you go. Get out of the way. And then you've got map move 19, so you're also off the team. But then I think these have all got a good enough map move. That Mr. Gutstabber can come and join us there. Yep. So I'm going to do that just to give some more troops to help with that siege. And I guess I'll also throw down... Province's defense is well organized. Can I move anyone else in? No, but I've got more forces coming, so yeah, that's fine. So we'll do that instead. Yeah, I'm not going to go for that one because I'm just realizing that it's wasteland and it's probably not the best plan. I'm going to just keep raiding with these thugs. They could get splattered at some point, but that's fine. So they're basically we're going to hit these two provinces around the capital and just keep being a pain. And if so far the Tomb Kings have been incredibly passive, they haven't really been taking stuff back. So like even here they haven't broken this when the siege is just a single wolf rider. So if we're just taking stuff on them and they're never taking it back, that's fine. It's free income. We are forging this turn a ring of sorcery, which I mentioned before, so we will then have that going for us. Squigface is just researching it, but we're going to soon have the research available for him to cast Streams of Hades, which is Streams from Hades, there it is. So we'll be casting that. We're forging a Vine Shield, Boots of the Messenger, just more thug equipment basically. Lightless Lanterns, we're always forging 2 of those every single turn. Same with Dowsing Rods we'll keep researching. We've got another potential thug here in the form of Morzog. I think he is missing... You know what? He could go and thug with what he's got if we give him a bottle of living water. He's got good enough equipment that he can go and thug. So yeah, Morzog's going to go down here. And I think we can start building another thug as well. We've got Bog Drinker over here. He hasn't got any Earth Paths, which is a bit of a problem. He's less good for thugging. All their paths are good for thugging. They can do personal quickness, all kinds of interesting stuff. We could do with some more. We got loads of nature gems. We could do with just more good nature items forging. Let's forge. Amulet of Giants is kind of great actually. I really like that. So I think I'll forge an Amulet of Giants. Yep, let's do that for now. But yeah, we're doing the Ring of Sorcery is the main thing. Obviously, we spent a lot of Astral on this, but that's fine. We're getting off discounts applied to this stuff. We should be getting anti-magic available for our troops when we can, so it would be nice to get some more crystal coins and astral skull caps. I could wait and use... Yeah, I'm just going to do another crystal coin now, actually. It would be useful to just have another one kicking around. I think I might have a spare skull cap. I do have a spare skull cap, but a spare skull cap and a spare crystal coin would be good to have. So let's put the skull cap on somebody since they're going to be researching, right? Let's put it on our boy over here, Elias. So we've got S4 over there. I moved some more stuff down here so we can do foul vapors if we need to, but the dwarfs don't seem to be attacking us at this moment. They may do. They may soon go after us. If the Tomb Kings continue to provide no resistance whatsoever, you can see the dwarfs have gone for one of their thrones. We could just try and invade them and roll them and start taking thrones. There's obviously the dwarfs have gone for that one because it got isolated. And the dwarfs, they've got another one available down here that we could go for. They're just not really reacting to what I'm doing. I don't know. I'll see what Athelloran do. If the Tomb Kings look too weak, maybe Athelloran will come in. Khorne were fighting them earlier, but I don't know on what. Oh, they'd be fighting them here on this border and in the sea here, I guess. I don't super want Khorne getting more sea provinces, but that's life. Yeah, not a huge amount going on this turn, so I think I will just finish up there. And not much else to report, so I will catch you next turn. Welcome back. It's turn number 42, and it is Christmas Day, so happy holidays to any who celebrate. Research and enchantment is completed. We get some good stuff at this level. So that's enchantment. We're up to level 7. At level 7, you get, very excitingly, Gift of Health, Awakened Tree Lord. Serpent's Blessing is really good with foul vapors. Stellar Focus we could cast, although it is there's a limited number of global slots. There's only 5 global slots, and Stellar Focus is quite a small one, and I don't really want to accidentally overwrite Mother Oak, which is better. But we could hit somebody else's global. That's quite possible. We also get Mass Flight. Mass Flight is very exciting, and we could cast Ghost Ship Armada, which is a very silly global, and we could do that. That would be quite funny. Thetis' Blessing. These are all globals, though, really, and globals are... the problem is just that there's only 5 slots, and they're already filled, I believe. But let's see if we can free some of those up, and we'll cast Gift of Health as soon as we free something up, because I don't want to accidentally overwrite Mother Oak. It's only a 1 in 5 chance, but it doesn't just tend to happen to me. But we could awaken a Tree Lord in the meantime, I think. Yeah. Back to the messages. We've cast out knowledge and we found nothing. Quartzman correction. A report from Kareen. A small number of flame bolts appeared out of nowhere and struck the army located here. 11 were hit and 9 were killed. So pretty nasty hit on our army in Kareen. And I'm guessing that's just this army, and that's the Tomb Kings are just going to be casting flame bolts on us, I guess. That's not terribly frightening. That's fine. From what I'm seeing from the Tomb Kings, it looks like they just kind of don't really care about the game, and they're just ignoring that I'm taking their provinces and just kind of messing around. They've apparently attacked the dwarfs, and the dwarfs have stolen the throne off them because they weren't really bothering to do anything about it. So I think the Tomb Kings are just, we should treat them almost like an AI, where they're just doing random things. There's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. Anyway, we have searched for sites and found nothing, got some blood slaves, decent number of those, and then we see a battle in Polmania. This is Wood Elves attacking Kislev. It's just some province defense, we don't need to watch that. And we have a battle in Moliton, that's us attacking Tomb Kings. So this is also just some province defense. However, I know that this battle, something weird happens. So we cast Ironskin. He gets all his buffs off. So he shouldn't have any problem against this, right? You would think. Completely fine. Personal Regeneration, Iron Skin, Fire Shield, and Flight, I believe he's going to cast. Or maybe Temper Flash as well. Probably Temper Flash. Yep, Temper Flash. So when he casts Flight, he's going to go and attack at the back. So let's zoom forward a bit. So off he flies, and this shouldn't be a problem. He starts whiffing, the chain lightning starts going off, and you can tell here what could potentially be the problem. He doesn't have any lightning resistance. I totally forgot that you can hit yourself with the Thunder Whip. Which he does, but it doesn't take any damage. He Thunder Whips again, hits himself, doesn't take any damage. The forces of Nehekhara are routed, so we win, you would think, but we've got Flight. There's more people he wants to go and hit. Whips with the Thunder Whip, hits himself, but I think regenerates it. So you can see most of the time, Whips there, very badly damages himself. Let's have a look at the roll he just did. Just shocked himself twice off the chain lightning. So he started regenerating, but then he immediately just shocks himself again. So I was really unlucky with the rolls on the chain lightning there, but it's worth remembering that you just need some lightning resistance if you're using that weapon, and I wasn't paying attention. So we lose that thug and all of his stuff, and we don't take the province. That was a pretty stupid bit of behaviour on our part, but we learned a lesson. And then we've got the same thing with the thug who doesn't have the self-killing Frostbrand, and he has the slightly more expensive equipment. And he is not going to have any problem with these. This is Barbarians. And he's blessing himself. So he's going to have Ore. And Ore against Barbarians is almost unfair. They can't do a thing against you. So they're going to attack him, but he's got the regen if they do get hits through. And the Fire Shield does some damage to them as well. And the Vine Shield stops them from hurting him. Yeah, so a straightforward one. But yeah, we lost one of our thugs. We see a battle between Khorne and Wood Elves. Now this is interesting. This is on their throne. And this is the first time Khorne has attacked the Wood Elves, as far as I know. And you can see that it's a pretty scary army. So we get to see their Bless again, of course. We've got Legions of Steel going off. Skulls to the Throne of Skulls, which is like Giant Strength, basically. And then Blessings. And we can see that their Bless is pretty terrifying. It's all the resistances, basically. Plus defense skill. So really good set of stuff. The defense skill is not actually very good on these guys because they go berserk. But they've got poison resistance in there. They end up with poison resistance of 15 when they're blessed. So we're going to have to be careful. We're going to not rely on foul vapors against them, that's for sure. And they're just against some province defense here, which they destroy easily with their demons and things. So yeah, the Wood Elves have got a problem there. Khorne going after them. And then we attack the Tomb Kings in Hull. Bathria, this is with our big army. And this is just province defense. That's another easy one. Some events, we get some unrest and +1 magic Dawnland, that's not good. Forbidden Fields, +15 nature gems, very nice. Welsh Teeth Mountains, +7 fire gems, nice. It's a shame we're not getting them in the types that we don't have lots of already, but oh well. Started to destroy the fort in Halbathria. We're going to stay there and try and storm that one because we need to do something to the Tomb Kings now. They're not doing anything, and the dwarfs are going to take all of their stuff if we don't. So, fortification in the second forest is unharmed, and the entrance to the fortification in Ralothia has been breached. And you will recall that we're starting to starve in Halbathria as well. It's not too bad. There's quite bad supply usage issues, I guess, and we are moving more troops in. So we definitely want to make sure that we move something there to give them some more supplies. But we don't really have people spare because our people are preaching out the Dark Elves. I've decided that I'm just going to keep going with that. I'm in fact going to move my god. Godzilla's going to move down. I was going to send him over to make a flame helmet and maybe do a global, but I've realised because there's so few global slots and we want so many different globals and we want Gift of Health like pretty quick that we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I need to have a Thistle Mace. So I'm actually going to have this lad over here, Forged Thistle Mace, because I foolishly sent my Thistle Mace off into the field. I forgot that was doing that, so I can't cast Gift of Health this turn. But what I can do this turn, or I wasn't going to do Dispel, I'm just going to have a research. But you can see we've actually got up to S7 now because we have the Ring of Sorcery. Very nice. But yeah, what we can do, we've got 4 there. If we give him the Ring of Sorcery, that does Nature Magic. So he is up to 5, which means he can cast Awaken Tree Lord, which I will do because it's interesting. So I'm going to Awaken a Tree Lord, and I'll just do it here in Forbidden Fields, it's fine. Oh, it has to be a forest. Of course, it has to be a forest. A Tree Lord outside of a forest? Absurd. So we want to cast the Tree Lord somewhere where there's a lab. So where have we got a lab in a forest? Well, we've got one here, right? Glade Woods, that seems like a reasonable place to cast him. So let's cast him over there. Down the bottom, Awaken Tree Lord in Glade Woods. There we go. So we're awakening a Tree Lord. This is just an interesting thing to do more than anything. Trana, you can forge me another Lightless Lantern. We're still forging Lightless Lanterns like crazy. We are putting them all on mages, so it's fine. Forging some Boots of the Messenger, Awakening a Tree Lord. We can get up to S7 now. We can cast quite a lot of things with that, but nothing that we want to do right now. I was going to consider Dispelling, but if we look at the globals that are up, Global Enchantment, Riches from Beneath, Eyes of God, Earthblood Deepwell, Burden of Time, Mother Oak. What would we dispel? Well, we're probably about to get rid of Burden of Time, freeing up a slot anyway. We could dispel the Eyes of God. If we dispel the Dwarfen ones, that's basically declaring war on them, which I may want to do anyway. But they will just recast them because they've got all the Earth magic to do those. So we would want to be dispelling and immediately putting up our own global. But yeah, let's just see. I think we're just going to throw up a global next turn regardless, Gift of Health, and hope it doesn't overwrite Mother Oak. And play the global game. I never fully understand globals, and I'm just kind of going with my gut to a certain extent. So we are very low on supplies in Halbathria, which is bad. But I don't know that I've got people that I can spare at the moment to go and fix that supply problem. What I can do is not move more troops in, right? That would be a sensible thing to just avoid doing that. So I'm going to move these troops down here. I'm going to keep my troops on Halbathria and just keep hold of that. And we are going to send Crusher. Yeah, he's going down there. We're just going to hit that province because they're not bothering to defend their provinces. And Gut Stabber. Can I give you anything? I kind of just want to move away some troops that are eating lots of stuff, right? So if I just give him a big load of cavalry, and I send Gut Stabber to attack. Well, you see here, we're sieging with this, and they haven't even bothered to relieve the siege with the one Wolf Rider there. So, like, I have no idea what the Tomb Kings are going to do. Like, it's not even worth me trying to guess. I think the thing to do here is just attack their provinces. I don't think that they're actually patrolling. If they are, they'll kill all of our cavalry, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter that much, right? There's nobody next to this one, so they're less likely to patrol in their capital, I guess. So, yeah, maybe I just hit their capital and see if I can beat the province defense there. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And Zogfang's just going to attack here, which is the one that we failed to do our expansion with previously, but yeah, there we are. Here is Khorne attacking on the throne. If we look at the throne situation, We've got 3 of them. Khorne has got Throne of Water and Throne of Knowledge. Is about to get another one, right? They're going to get the Inner Throne. The Throne of Gaia is out there somewhere, unclaimed. And then we've got these 2 held by the Tomb Kings, although one of them is going to be stolen by the Dwarfs. So we're about to have the bit where people are going to try and win the game, basically. And I'm not that fussed about that. I'm just kind of enjoying playing it and making the videos about it. I'm not going to do a throne rush, I think. So what are we forging or doing back here? I don't think there's anything particularly amazing. We're doing a firebrand because we need some more weapons kicking around, and I want to not always just be doing frostbrands. And we're just kind of chilling everywhere else. We're doing a bit of trolling and things, not really attacking anyone. And I'm moving some of my forces over to this flank since we're conquering the Tomb Kings anyway. Like, we have managed to just take a bunch of provinces that they're not doing anything about, and that gives us income. So we're just going to try and build up a treasure. In terms of the Dark Elves, we're still trying to preach them out. We've got a lot preaching here, including a prophet, so I should be getting this down pretty quick. And over here we have 2 H2s preaching, and we're moving some more in. We've managed to remove their dominion there. We do have some dominion up there, so I'm doing an H2 preach up there, and I'm moving another one in as well. Maybe I should be building temples and things. It would make sense to get rid of their stuff quickly, but we can't do it in the cap. I guess we could make a temple there if we had the money. Could we have the money? We've got a ridiculous number of gems, so I could just do alchemy, to be honest. I think alchemy is instantaneous. Oh, it's not, is it? To get gold, you have to cast a spell now. They changed that, yeah. So if we want the money this turn, what we would do is change that to one of those and just recruit cheaper mages and fewer troops. So we'll take those troops off and we'll have some cheaper mages. And that should be enough. We'll take a troop off there. There we go, 415. So we can build, because that's situated in the middle of all their dominion, and also it's being hard to get rid of. So I'm just going to build a temple there. The Ancient Master, oh, is he the one that trains you? He is combat training man. So we're just going to throw up a temple. Put a bit more defense on it as well, why not? Oh no, actually that's a waste. Ooh, misclicking all over the place. Let's redo that. Construct building, temple. Defense, no. Right, I think that's it. So I think that'll be it for this video as well, just so I can get another video up. And I will catch you next time. I hope you're having great holidays. I've been having a nice relaxing holiday. Oh, and another thing that you may not know, if you're not somebody who kind of chats with me on Discord and so on like that, is that I'm working on adding the Norska faction. So after the holidays are over in January at some point, I will have a new version of Warhammer mod going up, and it will have Norska added as a faction, and they are kind of like a Viking-y, barbarian-y faction, and they're less chaosy. I'm going to try and do the 4 chaos factions. We've already got 2 of them, Slanesh and Khorne, and I'm going to add Nurgle and Tzeentch at some point, probably in the next year. But Norska is kind of like worships all the chaos gods, but is less chaosy, more like Viking-y and less chaosy. So there'll be some fun stuff there, and I'll do a preview video when I have those ready. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye for now. Welcome back to turn number 43. It's a rare 4th turn that I'm packing into a video, because not a huge amount that I want to say about this one, I suspect. We'll see. Research and conjuration is completed. That is nice because conjuration level 6 gives us access to potentially. So what was the main thing we were going for here? Streams from Hades, so that's for our better Deathcaster. Seeking's Court we can of course do to get higher water if we want to, and they can be very useful for doing stuff underwater, so that's possible. Someone's Bishop Fish is potentially useful, though we can just send Holy Threes underwater with water rings, so that's not that important to us. Flame Spirit we could use to get more high-level Firecasters, although we don't have that many Fire Gems. There's just a few useful things there, really. And we can potentially do Summon Spectre. That's a way of getting Stealthy Thugs. I like Summon Spectre very much as a spell, but we don't have that many Death Gems. That's not a hugely important one for us either. For Earthcasters, Troll King's Court is actually kind of attractive because we don't have really that many Earthcasters, but we also don't have that many Earth Gems. That's a bit of a problem with it, and yeah, it's not ideal. The Troll King, the C1 gives you water gems. It's not a sensible investment economically, but at least pays back a bit of its cost as he stays alive. But you don't get that with the Troll King's Court, I believe. He doesn't give you Earth Gems. So that one was a bit of kind of an unfocused bit of research, but still having the Streams from Hades is nice. Next, we're going to do Alteration Level 6. Alteration Level 6 is going to give us access to Frozen Heart is going to be nice to have. And then Battle Fortune is something we can do if we get our guys teleporting. And the other stuff, Army of Giants is another one that's useful. Potentially we can do something with Transformation, but probably not. So another one that's not like super focused, but it's moving us up towards Phoenix Pyre and a few other things that we get in there. So we're doing Alteration Level 6 because it's got some reasonably decent stuff in it, and we don't have that much further to go on it. And then we're going to do Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy we're going to do up to level 3 at least to get Teleport, which is very important for us, to move those Astral mages around, which we have quite a few of at this point. And we've got some strong ones. We could also go up and try and get to Gateway, which is useful for moving big armies around. That would give us a few other useful things, such as Growing Fury, which is good for berserking your army. Gift of Reason we could do some fun things with, potentially. But I think maybe we'll just go to Alteration 7. At Alteration 7, you then get access to Marble Warriors, which is, of course, very, very strong for boosting up your troops, and it's very good with those corpse constructs. And there's a few other things in there, most notably Fog Warriors. Fog Warriors is an extremely strong spell, and you basically just win if they don't have a counter to it. And you can cast that on your armies, so that's very good. So we'll try and go up to those, or we wouldn't have much of a problem casting those, I think. So that's our research plans. We have cast Awakened Tree Lord. I don't know if it was the best idea, but we have tons of nature gems, so it's something fun to do, right? We didn't get any other stuff. We got some blood slaves, didn't find any magic sites. And we see some battles. We've attached in Thodaz. Attacked. So Thodaz was just like a wasteland province, and we're just taking their provinces because they're not stopping us. So in go our cavalry and deal with Thodaz very easily. And we attacked their capital, Nehekhara. So this has got, we sent a reasonably substantial force here, basically just chariots. And we knew that they had province defense, but the chariots are very good at just trampling province defense. We're going to take a bit of harm from these arrows. And the idea here was that this was just kind of a throwaway force, and since they're not really doing anything to stop us, we should just siege the capital, right? There's no reason not to. It takes stuff away from them, it gives us gold, it causes problems for them. It just seems worth doing it. And they may not even do anything to throw us off us, since the Tomb Kings are so passive. We are... Where's our events that happen? Oh yeah, so Nehekhara and Moliton. Sorry, I haven't quite got through all these battles. So Moliton, this is another Tomb King province with its minimal province defense, and this is our strong thug, who's been doing great so far, honestly. Fire Shield, Personal Regeneration, Blessing, and Flight and Iron Skin, I believe. He's just going to fly over there and knock over their back rank. That should be straightforward. And the regeneration's coming in handy. We did take a hit there. Cool, another one done. And then we see some battles between the Wood Elves and Khorne, which is good to see. Emmerich. So this is a sneaky attack with some Bakemono, a very common thing for people to do. It's not going to work because there's a couple of chosen knights, a bunch of chosen warriors here. There's also a Ragesmith. Now this is interesting. Ragesmiths automatically berserk at the start of combat, and this is not like this is a 2-star Ragesmith, but they're not set up to actually win fights. They've got high protection, but they're on their own, and they're just going to berserk and run off and fight them. So I think the Ragesmith's going to die here. Yeah, they just get stabbed up by those Bakemono. So losing a Ragesmith, basically no reason there, but the Bakemono attempt fails from the Wood Elves, and then we're seeing Khorne attacking, storming the fort that they took earlier. So what have the Wood Elves got? They've got a little bit of Bakemono. They've got a swarm casting Dryad. Yeah, that Dryad's just going to be spamming Swarm. They've got plenty of gems to do that. And they have their Treeman Ancient, who can cast quite a few things. He could thug up, but he doesn't have any items. I think he's going to cast Foul Vapors by the look of it. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he'd already started casting it. So Foul Vapors. Foul Vapors would be very good against this army, except for the fact that they are blessed with Poison Resistance. However, Poison Resistance 15 is not a perfect defense against Foul Vapors. It's pretty good. And I believe not all of these boys are blessed. Let's find some that are taking damage. There, I saw some. See, he is blessed. So look at this. This is interesting, right? Foul Vapors does, I think it's like 8 poison damage, something like that. Let's check. 5 armor negating poison damage, right? 5 plus a DRN, which is like open-ended d6 rolls, basically. or exploding d6 rolls, against the poison resistance of 15 plus DRN. So you would expect that that would almost never hit them. They would do nothing, right? That poison resistance is really high. It's only 5 poison damage, even though it's armor negating. However, this has already got lethal poison damage on it after like 1 turn. So you can see that even with that much poison resistance, the counter to foul vapors is that much poison resistance and lots of hit points, or that much poison resistance and regeneration, mass regeneration. This is not enough. So the longer this battle goes, the more stuff you're going to see fall over from poison. And these are expensive units. Chosen Warriors like 50 golds, something like that. Very expensive. They've got a swarm going. The trouble is they just don't have enough stuff. If they had more stuff defending and could keep this foul vapors going, they would kill it quite a lot just from this attrition. But even so, you can see that the poison is starting to rack up here. There's quite a few things getting poisoned up. Obviously, all the militia's going to die. I think the demons are basically immune. There's a Chaos Warrior who's got poisoned. And they're going to take afflictions as well from this. It's just a shame. If they had a few more Swarmcasters, this would be working much, much better, but they don't. And we're now going to see that the Tree Man's going to get chopped up. He's got regeneration, but he doesn't have equipment, so he's just going to get chopped up. But look at this. Poison deaths all over the place. What did they lose then? I mean, 12 Chosen Warriors. Chosen Warriors are 60 gold each. 12 of them. Ouch. All of this stuff, some devils and things. A Speaker of Brass, so one of their mages. That's a cap-only mage. I mean, they're old, so they're probably dying from Burden of Time already, but that's not bad to, spitefully take out those many things, make it cost them. And it goes to show that Foul Vapors could be used against Khorne by us quite effectively. Events in Relothia. We have a War! It's War Liz Truss's Orc Markets. So War Liz Truss and War Grimdreg are now both happening. And hopefully we'll get War Grom going soon as well. But that's great in Relothia. We get tons and tons and tons of free troops from that. It's good. Obsidian Waste. We've got Forest Goblin Big Boss. So more promotions. In Traveller's Rest, we get 207 gold. Very nice. Unrest and bit of population lost in Devourer. And then I think when we shot with... Yeah, Report from Halbathra, I forgot to mention this. This is Tomb Kings. There just seem to be monthly casting like the weak version of Flames from the Sky. Like it's kind of pointless. They're really just not really doing anything in this game now, Tomb Kings. And they just let me take all their stuff pretty much. Anyway. We've breached the fortification to Relothia, but I'm still trying to kill them with Dominion Kill because I prefer to do that because they can make it quite nasty to us when we storm. I know that's less entertaining, but it is my plan. I'm well situated to do it with the stuff that I have. Second Forest is unharmed, that fortification, and we've started to destroy Halbathria, but we're not in yet. And then we've got a lack of supplies in Thodaz, and we lost one of our Golden Order Adepts to Burden of Time. So lack of supplies in Thodaz. That was down here. This is this deserty province that we moved into. So that sucks. It's because they're already starving from having come from Halbathria, because we needed to reduce the amount of stuff there to avoid us getting starved out there. So we just moved from here and attacked here and here. So they're just going to keep going. Crusher is going to go to there. Are we just going to keep sieging? I think that given that they're completely passive, what I'm going to do is just siege them with one of these, and you know what, I'll just have a commander there just for the sake of it, and then we'll just go and hit this fort. There's no reason not to. Zogfang can attack down here, so we're just going to keep attacking them because they're not doing anything to stop us. We may as well just take all the provinces off Tomb Kings. Like, why not? We'll move over here with some scouts, find out what's what. And yeah, let me just go through a few of my scouts and things. Normally I'd have kind of done a lot of this turn in advance, but I haven't this time, so you're going to have to watch me do a bit of that, but it won't take me very long. So should we attack them down here in Oakland? Well, given they're not even bothering to patrol their forts and things, I think I'm just going to attack. This is all kind of expendable stuff, so yeah, I'm just going to do it. Move forward, you lubbers. We've got Caspar there, but he's not really in a place to do anything. I'm just going to attack them with that throne there. Niblet's still preaching. So this is the Dominion situation for around the Dark Elves. So we can see now this is not their Dominion. Their Dominion is gone here. Their Dominion is no longer here, no longer here, no longer here. It's gone. The only place they have Dominion is here. And this turn I have a ton of stuff preaching on them. So I think, with only 2 bits of Dominion left and our god moving there as well, I think we're going to Dominion kill them in a second. So let's just carry on with that. Let's do a bit of site searching. Over here, I think we'd send him over here to patrol. Yes, so we're going to patrol this down and carry on doing blood hunts. And I think, how bad are your wounds? Chest wound, chest wound. I don't want them to. What is the command for pooling blood slaves? I can't remember. I think it's Shift V. Yeah, there we go. So Lader is going to take those blood slaves back, and we'll have a bit less blood hunting there until the unrest is a bit lowered a bit. Have we set up our researchers? Yep. Doing a bit more research down here. You're dying of a disease. You are definitely on your way out, Vinzil, the adept of the Golden Order. Sorry about that, old chap. Yeah, but we're just setting up more blood hunting provinces. That's what we were doing before. Let's get this blood hunt going here again. We've now got the unrest down, so we can resume our blood hunting over there. The unrest is down here too. And we've got sanguine dowsing rods being forged. You actually are going to move this turn and join the blood hunt down there. You'll just be given a sanguine dowsing rod when you get there. I don't think I've got any available. I don't. Good. Forging wise, well, casting and forging. Most important thing we're casting, Gift of Health with our Nature Mage. This is our tree lord that we have. We don't need him in order to cast it. He's just hanging out at the moment. He's going to increase our nature gems over. Oh, sorry, not our nature gems. He's going to increase our growth scales, which doesn't really matter in this province. What he could do is start casting ivy vine ogres. We've got tons of nature gems. We've got good nature gem income. Let's do some vine ogres. He can cast them. He's got Ivy King, so he gets extra Vine Ogres. So I'm going to start monthly casting Vine Ogres. And he's only got 2 misc slots, which is a bit unfortunate. So you can't give him the combination of the Tree Lord's staff and stuff like that. But we can build those things and put them on a different Nature Mage and make more Vine Ogres. So having more troops you don't have to pay upkeep for is pretty great. I think we're going to want in our provinces, we want to make sure that we've got enough money to build a temple. So if we take them off, we'll have a temple. And we'll build a temple over here somewhere. You will now be building a temple. Oh, I've already got one there. My bad. In that case, let's make sure of this. If someone over here can make a temple, Grot Slash. Let's have a temple over there. Just set everyone else researching. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this. On this turn. This is the last one in the video, and I'm feeling a bit lazy, being the holidays. Already got tons of people in Rolothia. Can't get over there anymore. Let's just start moving down here then. Nublet, I don't remember why you were there. I would probably to build a temple actually. Ah, here we go. Yeah, that's where I was going to build a temple. My bad. Nublet, you are on temple building duty because that's a safer place to build one. And I guess we finished preaching over here, so we're just going to move on. Let's make sure that we definitely get them preached out there and gotten rid of. That is our guy who casts occasional Mound Kings. We do have another Mound King who has not got a full regiment of troops, but Gnarly Tooth can continue hunting there. And yeah, I tell you what, he can do patrolling there, and we can move Gnarly Tooth onward to somewhere else. So I think throne-wise, we're quite protected in these 3 places, so I don't really need more troops there. I think I just need them down here ready to fight some undead, so I'm just going to move those down that way. And I think, yep, that's pretty much that. So offensively, we're doing a bit more attacking of the Tomb Kings, and they're not really doing anything about what we're doing. Like, we're sieging with 1 scout there, and they're just not taking it back. That's fine by me. We'll throw a point of defense on that province and that province that we took. And I think that since they're crumbling completely, the dwarfs have now taken another throne. The dwarfs are probably going to try and take some other thrones, or they're going to go to war with us. So I think we're looking at war with the dwarfs soon. I don't know what the ogres are doing. I guess we'll see. I don't think Khorne's going to be at war with us because I think Khorne's going after Athel Loren to try and win by chopping up Athel Loren. You can see they're expanding here, and they're going to just try and take him over and take more thrones. So we'll just react to that as it comes. Casting Gift of Health, the big global, that's going to help our god and various other things. That's going to help with the disease stuff going on, the old age things that are causing us trouble. Streams from Hades is going to give us a high death caster. There are other things we can cast, but we don't need to at the moment. But I'm forging some other bits: Kithronic Iron, Armor of Knights, Kithronic Lion Pelt, Winged Shoes, an Ivy Crown because I want to start getting that going. What is the other item that you can use to give you higher levels of Ivy? King. What is it? It's not a handful of acorns, is it? No, although that's a great item for assassins. I think Tree Lord's staff gives you Vineman bonus, but you can't use that on the Tree Lord unless you cast Transformation. If you transform the Tree Lord, I think you can do that. Then you can take that. Oh, but they probably wouldn't have Ivy Lord anymore. Yeah, never mind. We'll just have the Tree Lord doing a Vine Ogres, and we'll get someone else set up to do Vine Ogres with the various things. Is it the mistletoe? Is that what it is? The Moonvine bracelet? Yes. No, it gives you a residue. Sorry, my bad. No, it's just I think that it's the Ivy Crown and the Tree Lord stuff. We can't cast the Tree Lord stuff this turn. We can do it next turn. We'll have enough nature next turn to do it. Can't use it this turn. And of course we've got the Ring of Sorcery, and we can use that to increase our blood or increase whatever else we need. That's really great, Ring of Sorcery. We can even use that to make a Ring of Wizardry if we give it to this adept. We can have him do that. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. We've got really good magic diversity, and our income of gems is excellent, particularly air gems. I need more just air casters, but they're not. Unless we get elemental royalty, they're not really something we can just summon up. I mean, we can get up and do elemental royalty. I think our highest air caster could get up to only. Yeah, we can't actually get up to 5, can we? I'm going to check this. What's our highest air caster? I think it's 3. And he is in. I might have to use the F1 screen here. Oh, does the F1 screen not tell you? No, it doesn't. It's my bad. It tells you where you've searched. Oh, no, it does. Here we go. So let's look down here for a 3. There we go. Backslash has got air 3. He is busy doing this. If we wanted to forge up a air booster, I think you need 5 air to forge it. Is that right? He's doing Winged Shoes. There's Bag of Wind, which is Air Magic 5, Air Magic +1, and there's the Helm, Winged Helmet, Air Magic 4. So if you get to 4, you can then get to 5. You can then get to 6. So you just need to get to Air Magic 4. So the question is, do we have another Air 3 that's not currently busy? Got one there. Got one here, Grub Man Smasher. So Grub Man Smasher may be worth empowering into air. I can't select him and do anything with him at the moment because he's gone insane this turn. But yeah, if we empower him into air, we could have air 4, do the air helmet, make the Bag of Winds, and we can get elemental royalty. And it makes it easier for us to have casters for Fog Warriors and things like that. So I think we're probably going to empower into air 4 because we've got so many air gems. That makes sense, right? Unless we get the Ring of Wizardry and we can just do it that way, which would require us using all Astral. Yeah, maybe we'll just do the Ring of Wizardry and get the air boosters that way, but we're just building into magical diversity. Okay, I think that's enough rambling for this turn and this video. So I will see you next time. Bye for now.